the host of Blockbusters, Bob Holness.
Hello again, welcome to Blockbusters. In the unlikely eventuality of you having missed out on the last few programmes, let me tell you that our champion at the moment is Tim from Bristol Grammar School. He's doing extremely well. He has £215 and a whole list of prizes, which we'll go into a little later on. But right now, he's come to a very tense moment in the game. He knows how tense it is, and so do all our champions in the past. It's a gold run. In fact, Tim, it's the third gold run you're going into. You did very well on the first, you lost out on the second, and this is the third. Do you think you'll be able to acquit yourself well in the third? Do you think you've got yourself together since the last show?
It depends. If the questions are OK, I might do all right.
If the questions are OK, yes. All depends on the questions. And, of course, the questions are rather special because they have multi-word answers, as you'll be seeing. It's a third of the gold runs, and for those who don't already know, let me just tell you that there are 5 gold runs altogether. Tim is now going for the third. Whether he wins or not doesn't alter the fact that he stays as champion and goes on to meet 2 new contestants in just a moment. So it's the third gold run which we go into now. There are 2 more to go after this. We'll see whether he'll be around to enter them. But first, let's see the board. It's those letters again, multiple letters. He's got to get across the board and make that gold connection, either simply, like that, or any way he likes, really. He can do it, and he probably will, like that. The big thing about this, of course, as everybody must know by this time, is that he's got to make that connection in 60 seconds. So let's waste no further time. Let's say to Tim, will you please, Tim, put yourself on the hot spot. Tim, you're going in for another Blockbusters major prize. You've got to make that connection, gold to gold, across the board in 60 seconds or less. And, of course, if you don't make the connection, you get £10 for every answer which is correct. You give us the initial letters you want to start with, and that's when the timing starts. On the left-hand side, please.
CC.
Early afternoon TV programme about the workings of the judiciary.
Crown Court.
Correct.
CR.
Singer of the 1979 hit We Don't Talk Anymore.
Pass. SS.
Pattern of knitting that's all plain one side and all pearl the other.
Pass. DAH.
So poor that you can't afford to have your shoes repaired.
Pass. KD.
She appears with Elton John on the 1976 hit Don't Go Breaking My Heart.
Kiki D.
Yes, correct.
GS.
Man in the New Testament who cared for the victim of a brutal attack.
Good Samaritan.
Correct.
The MR.
Had a hit in 1980 with a song about singer Gino Washington.
Pass. KC.
Sang successfully with her brother Richard and died early in 1983.
Karen Carpenter.
Correct.
DD.
The entrance to the next world. Well, hard luck. A round of applause. It was a jolly good try. Well, it was tough, that, Tim. It was tough again. Some of those you didn't know, the more pop questions you didn't know. It's obviously, it's fairly self-evident that the pop scene's not really yours. The singer of the 1979 hit We Don't Talk Anymore was, of course, as some people in the audience knew, Cliff Richard. What was the other one? SS, pattern of knitting that's all plain one side and all pearl the other. You can't really be blamed for not knowing stocking stitch. Didn't know it myself. DAH, so poor you can't afford to have your shoes repaired, is down at heel, of course, down at heel. And there was one more, I think, wasn't there, that you were out on? DMR. Now, also one of those that people in the audience knew, had a hit in 1980 with a song about singer Gino Washington, Dex's Midnight Runners. You did, however, get £40, so with that money, return to your seat and we'll carry on with Blockbusters. Right, on we go, and next time Tim goes in for the gold run, if he's around to do it, it'll be the 4th, but it could well be our next contestants who will enter that gold run. Let's see who they are. Paul and Mark, hello to you. Where do you come from, first of all?
Herne Bay.
Herne Bay?
Kent.
I know it well, on the Thames Estuary, yes. What school do you go to?
St Anselm's Roman Catholic School. Kent.
Both of you, of course, the same one. Fairly close to home as far as the programme's concerned. You have various interests, I know. I've looked up 1 or 2 of them before you came on. Which one of you wants to emigrate eventually? It's you. Why, Paul? What's wrong with the old country lad?
Well, I'd like to go to New Zealand.
Oh, would you? Particularly why?
Because of the landscape and the country.
That interests you? It's one of your interests, is it?
Yes.
What are the others? Do you have other interests?
Rock music, badminton, and cycling, mainly.
Would you have known Dex's Midnight Runners? Mark, what about you? You've got interests. What are they?
Literature and sport.
Literature and sport. What sort of sport? Any particular one?
Mainly rugby now.
Aha. OK, one of you likes entering quiz games, too. That's you, Paul, is it?
Yes.
Right, well, let's see if that shows itself in the performance that's about to come. We are going to go into a game of 3, of course. The gold run under his belt. Tim, not looking very happy, but never mind. He's still our reigning champion. Cheer up, Tim. It'll be all right. Here we go with round 1 of the game of 3 of Blockbusters. And the letter, winking at me, is D. That's the letter we start with. From this moment on, you choose them yourselves. Here we are. What D are Atacama, Kalahari... Yes, Tim.
Deserts.
Deserts is right. A quick start, yes. And the next one, please.
J, please.
J, you want? Here it is. What J is a panther and a model... Yes, Tim?
Jaguar.
Jaguar is correct. He's quick on the button, you see, Paul and Mark. What's the next one?
S, please.
S, right. He's going to try for a quick death, too. You've got to get in here and block him if you can. What S has been called the land of cakes and is the home of the Loch Ness... Yes, Tim got there first again.
Scotland.
Scotland it must be, mustn't it? Yes, well done. We can't let him do this, Paul and Mark, can we? It's going to be a quick kill if he gets the next one. That's if he wants it. Which one do you want?
W, please.
I see. He's going to play for W. That could be the connection. Let's see if he gets it, or let's see if it's blocked by Paul and Mark. What W was the blue plant dye used by ancient Britons? And they go for the buttons, all of them. Tim?
Woad.
Woad is right. That's the connection. Not terribly good performance, you chaps, was it, really? I don't want to put you down at all, but you've yet to get started. You could, of course, do a smash hit in the next one and knock him right off the seat. You think you possibly will? I think you might, because I know you want to get going. You've just got to be very, very quick on the button. Well, that's put him up to £275, would you believe? I said I'd tell you what prizes he'd won, didn't I? Let's just recap very briefly. He's already got a TV game, a complete set, 3 personal computers and a microwave oven for the school. So, here we go into the second game. Let's see what he'll pick up, or indeed what Paul and Mark will pick up in this one. V is flashing at me. V it is, and that's the one we start. What V is more than half a mile long, has impressive wings, and was the palace of Louis XIV? Yes, Tim?
Versailles.
Versailles is the answer. Yes, good start. And the next one?
N, please.
He's going for N, and this is the question. What N was bombed in 1945? Yes,
Nagasaki.
Paul.
Nagasaki.
Nagasaki, correct. Well interrupted. Guess whose side the audience are on. OK, what's your next pick?
S, please.
S. Here we go. Don't let it put you off, Tim. It always happens like that. What S is what George Harrison learned to play from Ravi Shankar? Yes, Tim?
Sitar.
Sitar is right. Yes, good answer. Your choice, Tim.
T, please.
T it is. Right. Let's have T. Good idea. What T comes after Greek, puppet, and operating? That's Mark.
Theatre.
Theatre's the right answer. Well done, yes. Ignore them, Mark. What do you want next?
L, please.
L, after a little conferring there. L it is. What L is performed by a washerwoman? Ah, Tim.
Laundry.
Laundry must be. Yes, that's right. That's halfway there. Move quickly, you two. Tim, what is it next?
J, please.
J. What J is another name for rainforest? Paul.
Jungle.
Jungle is correct. That's a good one. Let's have the next letter.
O, please.
O. Try to make the connection on the left-hand side. What O is known or recognized by bright stars in his belt and sword? Yes, Tim.
Orion.
Orion is correct. Yes, well done. The others knew it, but they weren't quick enough. What's the next letter?
P, please.
P it is. What P is black and is rolled... Yes, Tim?
Gone.
Gone? Question to the other two. What pea is black and is rolled to make cricket better? It's a double-sided question.
Pitch.
Pitch is right, yes. Wow. I can't tell you how close you were to the time buzzer on that one. What's the next letter?
B, please.
B, right in the middle there. What B was formerly East Pakistan? Oh, Tim.
Bangladesh.
Yes, it is Bangladesh, and that's 3/4 of the way. Need I ask you for the last one?
F, please.
F. That means that you'll make that connection at the top. It could be useful to you two, too, if you can press it. F. Let's see who gets there first. What F is a right-wing political party? Yes, Mark?
Flanke.
I've got to give the complete question to Tim. What F is a right-wing political party started in Spain with fascist tendencies? No, I'm sorry, you ran out of time. The answer is phalangists. We take another F. Very tense moment here in the studio. What F is a word you could use to describe someone who is obese? Yes, Paul?
Fat.
Fat is right. Yes, a good one. It's right. And it's your choice. Little confer.
K.
K you want. Okay, fine. We let them confer because it's all important, this. What K is the Himalayan peak? Tim?
K2.
K2 is not right. I've got to give the whole question to the other two. What K is the Himalayan peak thought to be the third highest in the world? Yes?
Kathmandu.
Not Kathmandu. Wrong answer, I'm afraid. It's Kanchenjunga. Not K2, not Karakoram. It's another K. What K is a US state where a famous... Yes, Tim?
Kentucky.
Kentucky is correct, yes. Right. Okay, now what do you want? Difficult, isn't it?
R, please.
R for you. Okay. Let's see what R brings you. What R is France's most celebrated sheep's milk cheese? Yes, Tim?
Rochefort.
Roquefort is fine. Yes, that's the right answer. It doesn't give you the connection, though, but that connection could be made, or it could be blocked. What do you want to go for?
A, please.
A you want? Fairly evident you would. Here we go. Listen carefully. What A is another name for Venus? Paul. Time's run out. I've got to give it to Tim. What A is another name for Venus?
Aphrodite.
Is the correct answer. That's the connection. Well, there you are. That's Blockbusters. What a tense game that was. It means, of course, that Tim has got there. Tim, in fact, has actually answered 2 in a row. It means that you have to go for another gold run, does it not? And it also means, sadly, that we have to say goodbye to a very gallant team. They got knocked out in no uncertain way in the first round, but in the second round, well, it was a struggle right to the end. So we've got to say goodbye to Paul and Mark, returning to Herne Bay, a place I know very well indeed. As a child, I grew up in it. Will you please give my regards if anybody remembers me? I shouldn't think so after all these years. Paul and Mark, you go with £25 each. You go with a Blockbusters sweatshirt each. You go with a Blockbusters leather-bound dictionary each. And our thanks for joining us. Goodbye. Well, there we are. It's another gold run. It's the 4th gold run we're going into in just a moment. It's the 2nd largest prize you can win in Blockbusters. I've just reminded Tim he's puffing with anticipation, but he'll have to anticipate for a little bit longer. We'll be back in just a moment.
Oh, Queen Bee, you've buzzed too early again.
Nice.
Nice to see you here, Steve. Heard about the break-in. Bad luck, chap.
Thanks. We've got a Verisure alarm installed now. 24/7 monitoring. Feel much safer. You should get one too.
Good thinking, Steve.
Verisure Alarms. Get 50% off your Zero Vision alarm installation and a free video doorbell install. Call now or visit verisure.co.uk.
In 1908, we made cleaning your home fast and easy. Now, we're doing it again with the new Hoover Upright Vacuum Cleaner, designed around high performance with no loss of suction. Lightweight and manoeuvrable across carpets and hard floors, featuring an easy steerable floor head with anti-twist technology. It cleans your entire home effortlessly. Best in test upright vacuum by Good Housekeeping Institute. The next generation upright vacuum from Hoover.
Labara don't spend money sponsoring big venues, football teams, or putting Hollywood stars in their ad campaigns. That's why they hired me, Dave from Nuneaton. You see, with Labara, it's the same reliable network, but unlike some others who have increased their prices by up to 8.8% again this year, Labara are keeping them fixed. Since 2020, Labara, smarter. Hello? Unbelievable.
Help your kids get to grips with their cash with NatWest Rooster Money. They can save for what they want, manage their money, and even help out to earn extra cash. You'll get alerts and can easily top them up. Download the app and sign up for your Rooster card. First month free, then $1.99 a month. Search NatWest Rooster Money in your app store. NatWest. Tomorrow begins today.
If you could take a journey inside your own heart,
Gabriel.
would you want to see what it remembers? Who it holds on to?
Breathe. Breathe, Libby.
I'm really scared.
I'm gonna be right here.
How it was breaking. And if there was a way to save it, would you help us find it?
The heart stopped for 4 minutes. The condition is critical.
We put in an ICD. It corrects the heart's rhythm.
Hi, Mum.
Your heart is precious. Help us protect it. To donate 5, 10 or 20 pounds, text 5, 10 or 20 to 70499.
Hello, we're Serious Tissues. 1 million trees are cut down every day for toilet paper. That stinks. But we don't cut down trees. We plant trees instead. We're recycled and made in the UK, not shipped from China. So you can fight climate change from the toilet seat. Visit serioustissues.com to see the impact you could have. Use code SERIOUS20 for 20% off and free shipping. Poop like the planet depends on it.
22, you'll be good at this one.
Thank you. Welcome back. We start the second half of this programme in the same way as we started the first, with a gold run. A bigger prize this time, and our champion Tim is all set to go for it. Not too much of a success with the last gold run, possibly because of those pop questions, Tim, yes?
I'm afraid there were. I thought there were quite a few.
Yes, there were quite a few, and there may well be in this one. You just can't tell. Let's have a look at the board and see if we can work out whether there are going to be any pop titles. Well, you can't really, but it's an interesting-looking board, and what Tim has got to do, of course, is to make that connection right the way across. He can do it quickly like that, and he can do it in a more complicated way like that. In fact, he earns himself more money if he doesn't actually make the connection, if it's more complicated. But the point is, of course, he's got to do it in that 60 seconds. So, let's confront him with the run, shall we? Tim, would you be kind enough to put yourself on the hot spot, please? Just to repeat, you must make the connection in 60 seconds or less, from left to right across the board. If you don't make the connection, you get £10 for each correct answer. And the timing is taken from the moment you tell me which initial letters on the left you want to start with. It's all yours.
A-H.
A Greek hero's tendon that should always be protected.
Achilles' heel.
Correct.
T-O.
Fabricator of the Popish plot in 1678 and Scott's very gallant gentleman.
Pass. S-B.
Tomatoes and pasta named after a city.
Spaghetti Bolognese.
Right.
B-R.
An Irish group with Bob Geldof as the lead singer.
Boomtown Rap.
Correct.
Z-O.
Reagan's nomination for disarmament.
Pass. N-S-O.
Source of a significant part of Britain's revenue and of energy.
North Sea oil.
Correct.
TR.
Wrote the words for Evita.
Pass. TAO.
Species of allium stewed with cow's stomach, popular in the north of England. You'll know, I swear you'll know when I tell you. Tim, not to worry, you got yourself £40, but I've got to tell you the ones you missed out on. I'll tell you in reverse, the ones at the end that gave you so much trouble. The species of allium stewed with cow's stomach, popular in the north of England, tripe and onions, of course.
Tim Rice.
Tim Rice, yes, he wrote the words for Evita. Reagan's nomination for disarmament.
Zero option.
Zero. Zero option. Yes, and which others did you go out on? I think that they were the ones. Yes, we've got the Evita one, so you've won yourself £40. If you can return to your seat, we'll carry on with Blockbusters. That really is a terrible moment, you know, when you go across that board and you get nearer and nearer the end and your mind just blanks out. I gather that's the answer, isn't it, really? It did that. I was surprised you knew Bob Geldof.
Thank you.
Well, you know, you're not a pop person, but anyway, you're still in the game. You didn't get that one, but you still get the opportunity, as indeed he does, to get the 5th gold run, and that's the biggest of all. That's if he stays in. 2 people now who are going to try and make sure that he doesn't, like the last 2. It's Nick and Heather, and we're going to meet them right now. Here they are. Nick and Heather, where do you actually come from, both of you?
Peterson's College in Winchester.
In Winchester. Yeah. You've toiled here to be with us. We're very glad to have you with us. We've got to find out a little about your interests before we go into the game, even though Tim's getting very impatient on your right there. I can see him wriggling about. So, Nick, you first of all, what are your interests?
Oh, reading, writing, lounging about.
Oh, I see. Lounging about.
Yeah.
Very good interest, lounging. Would you lounge about, Heather?
Sometimes, but not a lot.
What do you do more than that?
I play the drums and the xylophone.
You play the drums and the xylophone, yeah?
Yeah, not at the same time.
Oh, I see. A pop group or in a classical orchestra or what?
In a band.
In a band?
Not just a sort of brass band.
Well, good for you. How long have you been doing that?
About 5, 6 years now.
Well, we may get you a new drum kit on this programme. Stick with us. Play your cards right. We'll see how we go. All right, then, let's have a look at the board. You all know how the game works, but just in case there's somebody who's joined us who doesn't, the 2 of them have got to make that connection across, blue to blue, very quickly, like that. And while they're doing that, Tim, as he knows all too well, has got to make the connection top to bottom, white to white. He, to level things up, can do it in 4 if he tries. They can only do it with a minimum of 5. We saw a letter blinking away, and that letter was C. That takes us into the first game of a new set of 3 in Blockbusters. So, Nick, Heather and Tim, stand by, because here we go. What C won the triple jump at the Commonwealth Games in Brisbane? Yes, Tim?
Keith Connor.
Keith Connor is right. A good start. And again.
T, please.
T this time. T. What T is a word for a bullfighter in... Yes, Tim?
Toreador.
Toreador, yes, absolutely right. Give them a little bit of a chance, won't you? What are you going for next?
J, please.
J. Perhaps I shouldn't say things like that. Yeah. What J comes before the gun, to it, and the Q? Yes, Tim?
Jump.
Jump. Jump the gun, jump to it, and jump the Q. Yes, right. Now, you 2 have got to be pretty quick here, because you've got to block him out on this one, because I've got a feeling that I know which one he's going for. Which one is it?
D.
Yes, you see, I just am hypnotic. It's just one of those things. D it is, and it will make that connection if you get it, or you could block him. What D is a posh word for dried and is often applied... Yes, Nick?
Dehydrated.
No, Nick. I'm afraid not.
No?
It does apply, but not if I read the whole question, which is, to Tim, what D is a posh word for dried and is often applied to coconut?
Desiccated.
Desiccated is right. Yes, that's the connection. Agonizing is one of those double-edged questions which, if you interrupt, you take a chance on getting it right, but you also take a chance on getting it wrong. I'm very sorry about that. We go into the second game of a set of 3 now, very quickly, and perhaps they can make their mark in this one. It's Nick and Heather up against Tim here, who's in fine fettle at the moment. But let's see what the next letter is. It is indeed A, and that's the one that starts us off. Stand or sit very close to your buttons, Nick and Heather, because here we go. What A is a large terrier with a coat like a doormat that comes from West Yorkshire? None of them. An Airedale? An Airedale? Airedale lovers will be distraught that you didn't know. What A is grown for its nuts, its oil, and its blossom? Almond. I'm enjoying this. Almond. What A is Britain's only poisonous snake? Yes, Tim.
Adder.
Yes, Nick knew. I could see by his lips. Adder is right. Your choice, Tim.
V, please.
V. V at the top there. Okay. What V is a document needed for travel through certain countries? Nick.
Visa.
Correct. Well done. They're at it again, Tim. It's not that they're against you. OK, Nick, which is the next question?
L, please.
L. OK. L right at the top, right. Here we go, if I can find it. Yes, here we are. What L is a baby hare? Yes?
Leveret.
Leveret is right. Good one. There we are, right at the top. And your choice?
H, please.
We'll go for H. Here we are. What H surrounds the sun in certain Yes, Tim.
Halo.
It is a halo. You got in there within the time. Halo it is, and that's one step nearer your connection. A very quick one now.
N, please.
N. Here we go. What N is a town in the south of France or a type of sweet biscuit? Yes?
Nice.
Nice it is, Nick. Well done. Well blocked. What an exciting moment of the game, and one we're going to leave you at, because that's about it for today. Will they beat him or won't they? Stay with us to find out. We'll see you soon.
You've made us wait long enough. What's your final answer? Mecca Bingo Online, sponsors of Challenge.
Want to keep the whole family connected? Get an EE SIM half price for 6 months. That's only £16 a month for unlimited data. All on the UK's best network for more than 10 years running. Plus, an extra 30% off every additional SIM you add to keep those closest to you connected. It's no wonder more families choose EE. Hurry, offer ends 2nd of April.
Do you believe in miracles?
Max Factor presents the first Miracle Pure Skin Improving Foundation, combining skincare actives with foundation in every drop. Clinically proven to improve your skin, revealing an instant radiance. Miracle Pure Skin Improving Foundation.
It's a 1-minute miracle.
Max Factor.
From living space to working space, storage space and more. Find your perfect space at tigersheds.com.
What's wrong with the car? It's okay, lads. I'm with the AA. Ah, Bombay mix.
Because the AA has more expert patrols across the country, you'll be back on the road in no time. No wonder more people choose the AA. Join today.
There are 4 possible answers. Let's see if they can make it to the top. Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Weeknights at 10 on Challenge.
Congratulations, number 3. You said cup of tea. That's the top answer. Mecca Bingo Online, sponsors of Challenge.